In spite of conflicts in northern Nigeria that would have called for their presence at home, Imam Ashafa and Pastor James Wuye honored an earlier invitation to the Nordic countries in March. This was a joint Nordic initiative for peace and reconciliation to make their extraordinary experiences available in our countries.
And the competition is to say we have to market our religion by practice.
Everywhere in Africa you see how the best come out of Europe. Resources, everything, go and give them food, go and give them water. But when they are okay, even they are dying of hunger as long as you are moving.
In the field, we pray for them. Nigeria is a very religious nation, very, very religious. And though some few are not godly, it's one thing to be religious and another thing to be godly. But then they said there was a negotiation. So when communication fails, you go to collaboration, and that's what you want to do between the council, to collaborate, to avoid those stereotypes that are formed because people are not talking.
In physical assault, he was attacked by the corner on the name of racism, on the name of religious bigotry, etc., etc. come into play. And when physical attack come in, you have the case of what we call genocide. It can be suicide bombing. It can be strain of bullet. Just pick a gun and start killing innocent person because he looked like the other person.
I think this is the biggest international gathering of future leaders that I have seen in recent time. People from diverse culture, different nationality, yet one.
And a privilege indeed for us to be here and to share our own life experience with you. And to be able to learn from you how much more you're going to add to our own value. The value of our lives, the value of our traditions, in terms of our interactive engagement.
Welcome to this afternoon seminar that's dedicated to questions of religious conflicts.
What happens in Africa, for those to give the context, if you turn the African map, I used to say, this way, facing Imam, you find out the point where Djibouti is like the firing pin of the gun. And then the point where South Africa is where you have what do they call it? The point where the bullets comes out. The barrel. Now at the point where you have Nigeria, really fits in the trigger. So if you look at Nigeria in that form, you see that whatever happens in Nigeria has the capacity of crumbling the economy of entire African nation. That's why it's imperative, whatever it takes within us, to remain peaceful in Nigeria. Otherwise, no country can take the refugees coming out from Nigeria.
How are you have the courage to conquer your own fear? How are we able to build trust across the line? The courage to build a trust with someone you hated so much yesterday. Someone you don't wish to see him exist anymore. Someone you demonize or he has demonized you. Someone who has caused you physical pain, physical harm. How are you able to connect? Some may be even within your own community, within your own race, within your own tribe, within your peer groups who have caused you those pains. And you carry those pains along with you in life.
But what we are saying here is a very serious matter. We are saying learn to talk, learn to communicate. When I don't know your intention, I'll begin to think you are planning evil. There are migrants here that because we don't talk, we think they are planning evil. The theory, the style is inch towards the other. As you inch, you disarm your enemy. Imam is here. He knows that we have been trained to kill. Now, if I have a sword and I want to strike Imam, the man will enter. And my sword, you see, the sword will go over his what? Shoulder. Now, your neighbor that you don't talk with has a sword. You need to take away the sword, but use love. Give him tea, offer him coffee.
To be remembered as a symbol of good omen or as a symbol of bad omen. To be remembered as connectors in the community or as disconnectors within the community we find ourselves. How do we want to be remembered? As those who've been benevolent to people, or those who have caused tears and pains in the eyes of the people we live among them? Now what do we want to do next? We are trying to build an international Interfaith Institute of Peace. Interfaith Institute of Peace, for peace building. We want in Africa, we want to replace peacekeeping force with peace building, peace ambassadors, peace building force. We want to help Africa to change from violence means of addressing the issue to non-violence means of addressing issues. Instead of confrontation, we are looking for building bridges of conciliation among various stakeholders across the continent of Africa. And that's why the Interfaith Institute of Peace, which is to be built in Nigeria, already the land is secured.
A center where we have faculties, and faculties from anywhere in the world that have experiences will come there to teach within period. And it's not going to be a very long training. It's maybe 3 weeks to 1 month intensive training on practicals. And like we did say, you see the film, this one tells you on what we did in Kenya, an African answer. It tells the story. And all these things happen by now, and all this happen from time to time to see that Africans have a solution to African problems, but they need the support. Instead of, we joke, instead of sending and selling guns, give us the capacity to solve our problems locally. And I think we can do that.
What we are looking for is the Norwegian people and people of the Nordic countries to come into our continent, this time around to come with a new initiatives, Track 2 Diplomacy. A new initiative under Track 2 Diplomacy, which says the people of Norway, we are supporting this Interfaith Institute, where religious leaders will be trained from militancy into what? Into the path of non-violence. Those who preach hate, teach them how they are going to preach love.
Wherever they went, they made a great impact in their meetings with people, both through their own personal story and the mission that they have carried on for the last 16 years.